What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me. 10,000 steps. We in Midtown walking around. Let's get into the topic today. Trevor Bauer. Y'all remember him? That pitcher for the Dodgers that he ended up losing, his spot on the team and seemingly in the MLB as a whole over being caught up with 2 accusations of SA. The one chick, Darcy Adana Ismanu, black chick who he had hooked up with, accused him of forcing her to terminate a pregnancy. First he had, the whole encounter with her. He assaulted her allegedly, which, I mean, all of this stuff he did a video for, providing receipts about the fact that she was lying. So he didn't do any of this stuff. But originally she accused him of SA, or something to that, something like that. She then claimed he had got her pregnant, which he didn't, because he was able to provide receipts for that. Her medical records showed she was never pregnant. She told him she would terminate the pregnancy if he gave her $3.6 million. He refused, and that was when she did all the lawsuit stuff. So she tried to extort dude. It didn't work out, and then she went to the playing dirty stuff. She facing 16 years now for that whole BS that she was trying to pull and didn't get away with. And I mean, I think this is deservedly so. This happens a bit too often. You got guys that are high profile that are being targeted by these very bottom shelf type women. And in most cases, they're not able to fight it. Now, he was able to fight it, but he suffered some serious losses. He's out of a job in the MLB. He was a pitcher, a pro athlete. To my understanding, he was pretty damn good. So, he was doing all right for himself. All that because some mid who he, let come into his room at night accused him of a bunch of stuff that he ain't do. And of course, right now it's believe all women. So it's the burden of lying, the burden of proving that she's a lying sack of shit is on you, the man. And this isn't the only woman that he found himself in this type of situation with. It was some other chick, some white chick, who accused him of, SA. But she told on herself. She posted. Well, no, she didn't post a video. She sent a video to a friend of her in the morning after they hooked up. And through Discovery, they were able to get that video. So that was all, that all came collapsing down, because what woman who's been assaulted in the very brutal manner that she described is there happy and comfortable in the bed, smirking for her camera, and texting her friends, the following day? That just usually doesn't happen. But this Trevor Bauer situation, it should serve as a cautionary tale for men, especially high-profile men. You got to stop being so gullible. You got to stop being so naive. Stop letting these groupies into your life, into your hotel room, to set you up for this sort of stuff. Trevor Bauer, he seemed like a pretty solid dude, whatever, but when it comes to women, he's got poor judgment, because this isn't once, this is twice. Once would have already been too many times, but this is twice, man. 2 different women, you'd have been accused of the same thing. So clearly, these women see you as a sucker. They see you as a mark. And you must understand that when you are a high-profile man, like a pro athlete or something like that, you are going to be a target for groupies that are going to be trying to get their piece. And in this Me Too era, believe all women, they know that they can accuse you of something and extort you for money And if you're not willing to play ball with them, no pun intended, they can just simply lie and ruin your life. And in many cases, this is how it usually plays out. It usually plays out with the lying woman never getting any sort of consequences. So she usually wins either way. She wins by extorting you. And if you don't give in to her, she wins by then ruining your reputation. And we know that most of the time, even after the man has proven his innocence, he's lost money, he's lost his image. In many cases, he's lost his career. And we've seen the way the media does with this sort of stuff. They go posting this stuff, they drag the man's name through mud, but they never ever put the same energy into restoring the man's good name after they've dragged it, when the man has proven that the woman is a liar. Like take the Shade Room, for example. They are very messy. And they were one of the news outlets that was, running with this thing when it was hot. And when she got proved to be a liar, using Me Too and using the fact that she was a woman, a ethnic woman at that, they already know that they can use this stuff to their favor, and there'll be less pushback as a result of it. This is not a mistake that they run this game the way that they do. It is calculated. They already know there's going to be little pushback. It's going to be believe all women, yada, yada, yada. And when the woman gets proved to be a liar, the Shade Room didn't run anything about that at all. It was okay to use his name for clicks when you were dragging him through the mud. But now that that's been proven to be a lie, you're just not going to touch it again. You're not going to put in any sort of effort. I'm not even saying put in the same effort to restore his name. How about just mention she turned out to be a liar? They don't do that. So you got to be careful. Trevor Bauer, this situation, it was a really silly situation that he could have avoided. But you just got to be really careful about the people that you invite into your life. And if you're a guy that's kind of naive, like Trevor Bauer, no offense, but he just don't strike me as the type of dude that before becoming a pro athlete was really having the ladies check for him like that. So now that he do got the ladies checking for him, it like goes to his head. They don't really use any good sense. They be thinking with the wrong head. And they notice. This is why they exploit these dudes the way that they do. In the text message that he showed, she's like begging him to sleep in her room. Like not even hook up, just begging him to sleep in her room. Come on now. She not coming to your room just to sleep, bro. Like what, how naive are you, man? So she claimed she was pregnant when she really wasn't. This got exposed. She claimed it was either she claimed, let me run across the street. It was either she claimed the pregnancy, she got it terminated, and that really didn't happen. But then claimed there was a miscarriage. She actually had a miscarriage, and that wasn't true either. But see, you already lied once, saying that the pregnancy, you did away with it. And that turned out not to be true. Now you doing another lie. Once you've been exposed as lying about something like this, it's really hard to take you seriously, when you come up with a new version of events. So everything she said was a lie. There was no pregnancy. There never was. Her own medical records that were discovered through, discovery, proved that. And for a change, one of these women who tried to run game like this and got caught is facing some sort of repercussions for it. It's really shocking, honestly, because they always seem to get away with it. But y'all, be careful. Really, be careful out here. If you're a guy that's, well-to-do, you got a little money going on, understand that not all box is good box. Get better at reading people. It makes no sense to be this naive to where you fall and prey to not one but two different women, and possibly, possibly some others that we don't know about. I don't know. There's no telling how many different women that he let come to his room or whatever, trying to play the whole "hey, I'm a superstar" angle because I'm a pro athlete. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm just saying, like, look, bro, it's some things that gotta be in place. A lot of these pro athletes be doing this and that with women before they even get to talk to them, man. You gotta sign that NDA. I'm sorry. You gotta sign that NDA. A lot of them, they don't allow you to have phones. Like, take for instance, Drake. You don't get to have your phone. That's a no-no. You do not get to have your phone. Even guys like Bow Wow, who aren't even really high profile anymore. They're still known, but they're not like up there, well known like how Drake is today. Even they be on that. You got to sign an NDA. It's not going to protect you against everything, but it'll protect you against a lot of nonsense. Had them sign that NDA, no phones, just be doing too much. Drake take it a step further. Drake was putting hot sauce in the condoms to destroy the biological material that was in them. And some chick tried to use a turkey baster or something like that to get the semen out of there and inject it into herself, and she got a burning surprise for being stupid. She tried to sue him like it was a booby trap. He was setting her up or something like that. Just no accountability. It's amazing to me the absence of accountability that just happens when these women find themselves in goofy spots. You want to know something even more silly? I remember when that Drake situation happened, women were so mad about the fact that Drake successfully defended himself against this chick trying to trap him. There was nothing said about what a low-down skeezer this chick was. It was nothing said about the fact that she was trying to trap him. It was nothing said about the fact that she went digging a condom out of the garbage. Just what is this, man? Like, really, how silly is that? There was no accountability about that whatsoever. Sisters was mad at Drake for successfully thwarting. So they're more mad at him for not getting trapped than they were at her for trying to trap him in the first place with some lame ass tactic. So women are used to moving like this when it comes to stuff like this and getting away with it, never being held accountable for it. And it just so happens in this case with Trevor Bauer, he actually is going to get some sort of justice. Things are never going to be the same for him. He's never going to collect any money back from her. His reputation is never going to be restored. He's probably never going to play in the MLB again. But maybe, just maybe, if this happens enough, because this woman's facing 16 years. If this happens enough, if enough of these women, gotta wait a red light here. Enough of these women end up getting prosecuted and held accountable for doing stuff like this sort of stuff. I don't think it's ever gonna end, but it'll slow down some at least. You'll have women that are at least, I'm gonna turn this way, I'm tired of waiting on this. You'll have women that are at least reluctant to try moves like this because they know that there's gonna be some sort of consequences coming behind it. But I'm gonna leave it there, man. I might revisit this in the future when she's sentenced. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe not. But I appreciate y'all connecting with me. I'm gonna finish these steps up. Like, subscribe. I'll let y'all later. Peace.